Canada just scored. Rob, Happy New Year. All right, here we go. Game one of the Halton Hills tournament. U18BB Devils versus the Meadowvale Hawks. McDonald in to take the face-off to start the game. Hawks win it. McDonald sends it towards the blue line. Martin backhands that one on target. Steered to the far corner. Right around to the blue line. Hawks lifts that through center ice. Marlborough blows that down at the red line. Brings it in over the left wing. Held there at the half boards. Martin pokes at it. That puck will settle down behind the Hawks net. They'll play it at the near wing. Hindeman battling along the half boards. Hawks get a piece of it, and they'll send that down into the Devils' territory for icing. Face off in the Hawks' end. Schleier steps in to take it. Come back by the Hawks to the near corner. They'll spin. Barth, centering pass to Bray. Sends it to Schleier off the pads. Loose puck, Bray shovels it towards the corner. Hawks pick it up and they'll bring it out through center ice. Lifted in on net. Milks gloves it. Holds on for the whistle. Schleier back in for the faceoff. One back to the blue line by the Hawks. They'll let a shot go, missed wide. Paquette picks up the rebound. He gets tripped, but no call. Right at the half boards. Hawks played out front. Paquette to Barth. He'll let that to Schleier. Schleier down the right wing and over the blue line. Offside. Schleier in for the draw. One back by the Hawks again. They'll play it off the near wing to center ice. Schleier back to pick it up in his own end. Schleier off the boards for Barth. He'll knock that one down and get it in over the blue line. Drop pass to Schleier at the half boards. That centers it for Barth. Back to Schleier. Shot off the pad, and the net's off for the whistle. 8.5 minutes to go in the first period. Still no score. Marcinko steps in to take the face off. One forward picked up by McDonald. He got a stick check. Hawks cleared out the right wing, in over the Devils blue line. Shot. That missed wide. Rebound comes to the near point. Dumped into the corner. McEwen on his man. Shot from a steep angle. Milk's there to keep it out. Hawks with possession, played it back to the far corner, to the blue line, and dumped back into the corner. Topner holds it. Marcinko steps in, gets it to McDonald. He runs out of room. Hawks chip it up the boards. McDonald has a stick knocked out of his hands. Hawks play it back in the Devils' territory. McEwen back behind his net. He'll send it off the boards to the blue lines. McDonald just overskated it, gets a piece of it. Smith picks up the loose puck, skates down the left wing. Smith slides it towards the net. He gets dumped. Hawks pick up the loose puck in their end, bring it out over the blue line, pass through center, intercepted. Hindeman. Long lead pass on, not just off the side of the net for icing. McDonald in for the faceoff. Bouncing puck. McDonald wins it back to the near corner. Hindeman misfired. Still has it. Second effort. Hits the Hawks player behind his net. McDonald tries to come up through the middle. Marlborough. Long lead pass to Carlo waiting at center ice. He'll tip that into the Hawks end. They'll send it across ice. Off the linesman. And then lift it into the Devils' end. Hindeman shoveled up the near wing to Parlow. Lead pass for Martin. Bouncing puck. Settles it down. Martin with the shot. Held there for the whistle. Update on the Canada game. They're leading 4-0. McDonald steps in to take the face-off in the Hawks territory. Bouncing the puck clear to the center. Hawks get a piece of that to the blue line. Paquette's there to keep it in. Martin backhanded, that hit a Hawks player. McDonald couldn't get a hold of it. Hawks play back in the near corner to the half boards. They'll skate that out of the blue line and deep into the Devils territory. Douglas lays his man up. Paquette gets it to the far corner. Hawks play it around the near wing. Harlow at the half boards. Lead pass from McDonald, picked off by the Hawks. They'll bring it back down the right wing. In over the Devils territory. Centering pass. Paquette keeps it to the outside. Around the wing. Martin sends that down the ice for icing. Both teams going for a change. 6:02 to play in the first period. Schleier steps in to take the face-off. Schleier wins it back. McEwen fired that one, tried to get around the boards. That hit a player. Barth at the half boards. He'll kick it up to the blue line. Drag it out. Centering pass just out of the reach of Schleier. That'll go into the Hawks territory. They'll turn, fire back on net. Milks plays it from McEwen. Centering pass picked off by the Hawks. They'll take it back behind the Devils' net. Topner in the near corner. Schleier picks up the loose puck, gets it to Barth, to the blue line, but not out. Back to Topner. He'll clear the zone. Hawks wait. Exit the zone. Played back up to center ice by Barth. Hawks back in over the Devils' blue line. On the left side, shot on target. Out front, Milks makes the save and holds on to it for the whistle. Marcinko steps in to take the face-off. On back cleanly by the Hawks. Shot on target. Milks makes the save and covers up for the whistle. Marcinko back in for the draw. From draw, one back to the far corner. Hinneman off the boards, chipped up. That hits a glove and gets the whistle. Face off back in the Devils' territory. Marcinko steps in to take it. Through his feet, Hinneman gets that to the far corner for Marlborough. Around the near wing for McDonald. He'll skate it up the right wing. In over the Hawks' blue line. Cuts to the middle, runs out of room. Loose puck picked up by the Hawks. They'll chip that down the right side. Stopped at center ice. Hinneman, or Marlborough drops it there in front of the Hawks gate and dumps it into the behind their net. Hawks in the near corner. Freer pumps his man. Loose puck comes to Marlborough with a shot. Misfired. Marcinko picks up the loose puck. Gets a shot blocked. Still on the puck. Marcinko behind the net to the near corner. Pass to the point for Hinneman. He turns, fires it on net. Blocker save. Rebound. Collected by Marlborough to McDonald. In the far corner. Hawks strip it. Third to center ice. Hinneman plays it off the near wing. Just in over the Hawks blue line. Bouncing puck. Picked up, brought back in over the Devils blue line down the right side. To the far corner. Hawks are changing. Centering pass. That hit a glove. McDonald picks up the loose puck. Skates it behind his net out the far corner. McDonald cuts back through center ice. In over the Hawks blue line. Cuts to the middle. Lets a shot go. He scores! Devils goal scored by number 11, Owen McDonald. 3:42 to play in the first period. Looks like Canada scored another one too. They're up 5-0 in the first period. Devils goal scorer. Owen McDonald steps in and take the face off. Kicks that one forward to Martin. Martin in over the blue line. Sends it behind the Hawks net. Harlow in the near corner. Ties it up. Martin cuts to the near side. McDonald pressuring from the far corner. Played across in the near wing. Harlow picks up the loose puck. Centers it to Martin with the shot. Glove there by the Hawks goaltender. Gets a bit of attention. .3:18 to play in the first period. McDonald in for the faceoff. One back by the Hawks to the far corner. Martin pressuring. Ties up his man. McDonald steps in. Hawks come up with it. They'll chip it down the right side through center. Bouncing puck stopped there by Paquette at the blue line. He'll send that back towards the Hawks zone. Hawks back in their own end, regrouping. Bring it up the right wing. In over the Devils blue line. Douglas sends that up the right wing to center. Hawks immediately fire it back in on net. Milk sets it there for Douglas in the near corner. Off the glass to the blue line and down the ice. Icing waved off. Martin pressuring. Played around the far wing. McDonald picks up the loose puck, cuts back to the middle. Pass backhand to Martin, and he scores on the empty net. Devils goal scored by number 88, Joey Martin. Assisted by number 11, Owen McDonald. 2:32 to go in the first period. Schleier steps in to take the face-off. One back by the Hawks. In over their blue line. Barth pressuring. Hawks played up the right wing. McEwen. Backhand pass picked off by the Hawks out front. Barth does a good job to break that up. Puck comes to the blue line. Barth blocks that one. Kicks it to center ice. Hawks, desperation. Turn backhand that into the Devils' territory. McEwen back to pick it up behind his net. McEwen. Cuts in front. Back and behind. He trips. Sends it to the far corner. Bray at the half boards. He'll send it off and down the ice. That'll be icing. 1:56 to play in this first period. Schleier in for the faceoff. Come back by the Hawks. Played to the slot. Throws it on net. Missed just wide. Rebound comes out front. Milks keeps that to the outside. Schleier up to Bray. Across to Topner at center ice. Topner in over the right wing. He'll take it to the near corner. Topner intended for Schleier just behind him. Hawks pick that up and they'll bring it out too strong. 2-1 shot. Tipped wide. Goes to the far corner. Bray on the rebound at the half boards. Shovels it to the blue line. Backhand to Schleier in over the Hawks zone down the left wing. Tries to play that around the defense. Bray and Schleier in the far corner. Flipped up to the Hawks. The half boards. Barth strips it. Centers it to Schleier. Back to Bray with the shot. On target and held for the whistle. .107 to go in the first period. Marcinko in for the faceoff. Gets that to Smith. To Marlborough. Dumps it back in around behind the net. Marcinko just overskated it. Hawks to the far corner. Misplayed. They'll get the handle on it and send it back behind their net. Marcinko, a Freer pressuring. Hawks on it. Up to the half boards. Picked there by Smith. He's spinning at the blue line. Sends it back in deep to the far corner. 40 seconds to go in the period. Marcinko from a steep angle. That was blocked and gloved down by the Hawks. Hawks at the half boards. They'll backhand that up to the blue line. Just out. Played cross ice into the Devils' territory to the far corner. Now the roll back behind the net. Marlborough takes it to the near corner and holds on to it. 20 seconds to go in the period. Marlborough kicks it to Smith at the half boards. Smith, long cross ice pass to Freer, picked off. Smith picks up the loose puck and takes it to the far corner. Bit of a hook. Freer shovels it back behind the Hawks net. Hawks are onto the far point. Hinneman with a shot. Love down with half a second to go in the first period. Hinneman in for the draw. And that'll do it for the first period. Devils are up 2-0 after the first period. All right, here we go. Start the second period. Schleier steps in to take the face-off. Schleier gets it to Bray, who backhands it in over the blue line. Hawks up the near wing to center ice. And over the Devils' blue line. Chipped across to the far wing. Schleier, he'll get there first. Take it down the right side. Schleier cuts around to the outside. Before coming in front, loose puck in front of the net. Cleared out of the way by the Hawks. Hawks passed up through center. In over the Devils' blue line. Centering pass. That was steered wide by Paquette. Hawks play back behind the Devils' net. Paquette gets it to the far half boards. Chipped up by Barth to the Hawks' blue line. Hawks send it back in the Devils' territory. Bray back to pick it up behind his net. Long lead pass to Barth. Barth with the backhand. Bouncing puck to the near corner. Barth gets it to the far corner. Barth gets it to the near half boards for Schleier. Schleier out front, misfired. Puck's behind him. Settles it down. Takes it to the far corner. Schleier setting it up. Gets it to Martin behind the Hawks goal. Out front. That hops over Barth's stick. Hawks bring it up over the blue line and out through center ice. Then over the Devils' territory. Shot steered wide. Milks plays it to the far corner for Douglas. Douglas gets a bit of a slash. Harlow to Martin. Up to McDonald. McDonald slow play. Shot. Martin with the tip. Just missed wide. Martin played it behind the net. Hawks pick it up to the half boards. McEwen read that one. Picks it up in the far corner. Back out for Martin. His centering pass was picked off by the Hawks. Hawks up through center, in over the right side. Steered wide of the net. Milks puts the glove on it for the whistle. No penalties, just a little don't do that speech from the ref. McDonald in on the face-off, gets that back to McEwen. He'll send it hard around the far wing to the blue line, but not out. Opner got a piece of it. Harlow, centering pass from Martin, in over the Hawks blue line. Martin with the shot, missed just high. Rebound to McDonald in the near corner. He gets a bit of a hook. Puck goes to the far side. Hawks up through center, in over the Devils' blue line. Some might say that was offside. Shot about a mile high. Hawks centering pass to the near side. Misplay. Martin picks up the loose puck. Tries to chip it off the boards. Hawks intercept it. McDonald and Martin. Comes to Parlow. That'll go to the far half boards. Parlow to Martin, who tips it to the Hawks blue line, but that's it. Shot on net, steered wide by Milks to McEwen. McEwen around the near wing. Shot tipped high over the net and out of play. Marcinko in for the faceoff. One back to Hindeman, who plays it hard around the far wing. Marcinko and McDonald. McDonald gets it up in the far corner. Chips it to the half board. Smith just overskated it. Marcinko picks it up. Stripped there. Hawks. Get over the Devils blue line. Shot. Steered wide. And the Devils are going to the penalty box. William Hindeman. 2 minutes for tripping, I believe. At 6:50 to play in the second period. Marcinko on the draw. One back by the Hawks. Shot. Played through. Yeah, I think Milks is hurt. Unable to put a lot of pressure on that left knee. Hawks with the puck in the near corner. Played out front. Milks got a stick on it. Shot. Tipped over the net. Marlborough on his man. Hawks behind the net. Shot off the blocker. Milks. That'll come to the blue line. Played out front. Marcinko couldn't clear the zone. Hawks circling the near corner. Smith. Paquette lifts that to center ice. Just hops over Marcinko's stick. Hawks play that back in over the left side of the Devils territory. Marlborough to Paquette. Couldn't find it. Clears the zone. Hawks back in over the Devils blue line. Cutting to the middle. Gray on a good back check. Interrupts that one to Marcinko, or Marlborough rather. He turns, fires it down the ice. McDonald pressuring. Hawks pick up the loose puck. They'll pass that up to center ice. In over the Devils blue line. Shot. Bad save by Milks. He'll hold on to it for the whistle. His knee. Brayan on the face-off. Wins that one. McEwen off the glass to the blue line, but not out. Hawks play to the near wing. The half boards. 30 seconds to go on the penalty. Hawks back in deep to the far corner. Shot. Milks holds it. And gloves it for the whistle, and he didn't like that late slash on him. No call. Brayan on the face-off. Gets that to the far corner. McEwen fires it hard around near the boards to the point. McDonald got a piece of it, but not out. 15 seconds to go. McEwen in the far side. Hawks play back to the blue line. Back into the half boards. Into the slot. Thrown on net. Tips. Milks makes a save. Another pad save. Rebound comes out front. Shot high over the net. 2 seconds to go. Back to 5-on-5. Shot through traffic. Loose puck. Milks jumps on it for the whistle. Schleier steps in to take the face-off. Schleier wins it. Paquette off the glass, takes a funny hop and goes out of play. Schleier back in for the face-off. Wins it back. Paquette off the near wing this time. Gets it to the half boards. Shovels up the center ice to Martin. Martin across to Barth with the shot. He scores! Devils goal scored by number 6, Ryan Barth. Assisted by number 88, Joey Martin. 4:29 to play in the second period. Martin. Slyer in off the draw. Martin picks up the loose puck, brings it into the far corner. Barth to Martin out front. No Devils are there. Slyer swipes at it, gets it to the near corner. Slyer with one of the Hawks sticks gets a backhand off in front. Kept out by the Hawks goaltender. They'll play that up through center ice. In over the Devils' left side. Shot through traffic. Blocker saved by Milks. Rebound to the far half boards. Played back in by the Hawks to the corner. Thrown out front. Paquette with the backhand. Hawks players falling out of the bench. Shot. Loose puck. Milks got a piece of it to the near side. Hawks clear that to the point. That'll go all the way back. Barth to the far corner. Hawks pick it up. Martin jumps on it. Gets it to Slyer. Slyer out front. Loose puck. And covered there by the Hawks goaltender for the whistle. 3:36 to go in the second period. McDonald in for the faceoff. One back by the Hawks towards the net. Freer with the shot tipped high over the glass, but settles down in the near corner. Freer spinning in the corner to Parlow. Hawks get a piece of it to the near half boards. Passed across up through center and over the Devils' blue line. Tried to go through Marlborough. McDonald steers that to the far corner. McDonald steps around one. Long lead pass for Parlow in over the left or right side. Parlow through the middle to Freer with a shot off the post. We'll say no goal. Parlow's in there and kind of surrounded by some Hawks players. .304 to play in the second period. McDonald in for the draw, one back by the Hawks. In over the blue line, passed up through center in the Devils' territory. Falling. Marlborough to the near half boards. Freer was tied up, shot. Milks with the save, loose puck. Cleared out of the way to Freer. Freer across to Parlow. Parlow in over the blue line. He's got him at shot. That hit his stick and goes out of play. Marcinko steps in for the faceoff. One back by the Hawks to the far corner. Smith picks it up behind the net, throws it out front. Marcinko with the shot. Bad save. McDonald gets shoved into the net, and that'll put the net off its moorings. Faceoff stays in the Hawks' territory. Marcinko in for the draw. One back by the Hawks behind their net. McDonald hits the brakes. Marcinko pressures. Topner at the blue line, keeps that in, sends it behind the net to the near side. Smith on his man. Hawks up to the half boards. They'll pass out to the far side. Long lead pass in over the Devils' blue line. How is that onside? Hawks get it in deep. Centering pass off Topner's skate. He'll keep that behind the net. Topner to Smith, up to Marcinko, down the right side. Marcinko went over the blue line to the far corner. Watch out front, shot. He gets dumped. Hawks played up to their blue line. In over the Devils' zone offside. I saw that one. 1:46 to play in the period. Schleier in for the faceoff. One back by the Hawks. They'll send that around the left side. Milks stops it behind his net. But Paquette, he'll turn, fire harder on the wing. That'll go all the way into the Hawks' end for icing. Milks looked all right there, getting behind the net pretty quick. Schleier in for the faceoff. With 1:32 to go in the period. Schleier has it in the ref skates. Barth to the far half boards. Hawks player is down and comes out front with it. Shot blocked by Douglas. Paquette keeps it in the far corner. Both teams are having a tough time staying on their feet. Right to the near half board. Shot. Pad saved by Milks. Loose puck. Scooped up by Milks, and he'll hold that for the whistle. 1:10 to go in the second period. McDonald steps in to take the face-off. Played back to Hinneman. He'll send it around the near wing, out of the reach of Freer, and that'll be all the way down for icing. Both teams reset. McDonald in for the draw. Hawks win the draw. Back to the blue line. Shot on target. Milks holds onto that one for the whistle. McDonald in for the face-off. Wins that one cleanly to Hindeman. Around the near wing. Not quite out. Hawks played her on the boards behind the Devils net. Tried to throw it out front. That hit a stick. Hawks in the near corner. To McDonald. He'll send that to Freer at the half boards. Chips it up to the blue line, but not out. Freer picks up the loose puck. Skates up through center. Passed across to Parlow and over the blue line. Parlow centering attempt. Hits a skate. Hawks falling. Marlborough picks up the loose puck. Walks to the middle. Lets the shot go on target. Devils weren't there. They were peeling back out of the zone. The Hawks with the puck at the far point. Parlow sends it back into the corner. McDonald drives his way through. Kicks the puck to the near side. McDonald spinning. Throws it out front on the backhand of Marlborough with the shot off the side of the net. Hawks played to the near corner. McDonald sends it back into the corner. That'll do it for the second period. Devils are up 3-0 after 2. All right, here we go to start the third period. Marcinko steps in to take the face-off. Marcinko wins it back to the blue line. McEwen to Topner on the near side. He'll play it off the wing to Smith at the half boards to Topner. Hawks come off with it. Good stick by Topner. He gets it to Marcinko at center ice. Marcinko in over the blue line. Takes it to the far wing. Centering pass behind both forwards. Topner pinching to Smith. Back to Topner in the near corner. Topner sends it behind the net for Marcinko. Hawks get there first and they'll send it around the wing. Chipped it up into the Devils' territory. McDonald back. Gets a piece of it to the half board. Centers shot. He got a piece of it, but it trickles in for the goal. Hawks goal, 14-18 to play in the third period. Yeah, he got a piece of it, but yeah. Schleier steps in to take the face-off for the Devils. Schleier wins that back. Paquette down the left wing, in over the blue line. Takes it to the far corner. Paquette behind the net to the near side. Getting pushed off. Where's the interference call? Paquette dumps his man. Douglas pinching. Hawks in over the Devils' blue line. Barth stops it. Hawks pick up the loose puck. Centering attempt off of Bray. He'll keep that on the outside. Dumping back behind the net. Douglas just overskated it. Hawks in deep. One-timer missed. Bray picks that up at the half boards. Bray fires that down through center to the Hawks' blue line. They'll play it back up the Devils' wing. To the blue line, Hawks to the far corner. Douglas on his man to the near side. Hawks played up the near wing. That will go all the way back into their own end. Barth picks it up, takes it behind the net, tries to get it out front for Bray. Barth to Schleier in the far corner. Schleier back behind the net. Thrown out front. Bray with the one-timer. Second attempt. Bray couldn't get it over the goaltender's pads. Hawks in the far corner. Bray to Schleier. Schleier spinning in the far corner. Setting it up. Hawks intercepted. Barth gets that back to the near corner for Bray. Up to Hinneman at the point. He throws it wide of the net. Marlborough coming into the far corner. Centers it. Schleier. He gets bumped. Hawks to the blue line up to center. Barth to the near wing for Hinneman. Devils clear. Hinneman lifts it to the face-off circle. Gets a piece of it back behind the net to the far corner. Martin pressuring. Hawks to their blue line. They'll lift that through center ice. Hinneman off the near wing in over the Hawks blue line for icing. 12:22 to go in the third period. McDonald steps in to take the face-off. McDonald gets waved out. Martin steps in to take the draw. Hawks win it. Quick shot. Steered to the near side by Milks. Hinneman pokes it to the half boards. Hawks try to center it right to McDonald. McDonald up through center for Martin and over the right side. Centering pass. McDonald steered that towards the net. Freer picks it up at the half boards. Dumps it back in behind the Hawks net. Martin got a stick on it to keep it down deep. Freer pressuring. Martin steps in. Picks up the puck in the near corner. Martin to Freer. He'll send that back to the corner for Martin. Martin at the half boards. He'll skate it up to the blue line. We're dumping it back in behind the Hawks net. Freer pressuring still. Hawks off the side. Almost picked off there by McDonald. Out in front of the gate. Marlborough gets it back in. Hawks up to center. In over the Devils' blue line. Steered towards the net. That missed wide. Marlborough gets it to the far corner before getting pinched. Hawks play it back in deep. McDonald brings it out Down the right side, or left side through center in over the blue line. McDonald pulls it out, tries to get it out front for Hindeman. Hawks strip it, and they'll bring it up the right side. For left side, Topner. Passed across for McDonald. Has that hop over his stick. McDonald, with some fancy work, gets a piece of it down the ice to the far corner. McDonald gets steered into the net. And that'll get a whistle. .10:40 to play in the third period. Marcinko steps in for the faceoff. Gets that back to McEwen. He'll steer it towards the net. Marcinko lifted it to the far corner. Out front for Smith. He lets a shot go. That was blocked in front. McDonald on his knees. Hawks to the blue line, but not out. That hit a player, and face-off will stay inside the Hawks zone. Marcinko in for the face-off. Bouncing puck. McDonald tries to come out front with it. Hawks with a stick, gets it to Smith. Backhand, he scores! Devils goal scored by number 72, Matt Smith. Assisted by number 21, Braden McDonald. Time of the goal, 10:17 to go in the third period. Marcinko steps in for the faceoff. One back by the Hawks to the blue line. They'll play it up the near wing to center ice. Topner holds the blue line there. Smith and Marcinko. Smith comes up with it. And over the Hawks zone. And they'll go for that one. 2 minutes for slashing. The Devils go to the power play. Martin steps in to take the face-off. One back by the Hawks. They'll play that up the boards. Back into the Devils territory. Marlborough back to pick it up. Marlborough, the Devils regroup. They'll set that up. Marlborough up through center and over the blue line. Cuts to the far corner before getting stripped of it. Marlborough drives his man into the corner. Bray picks up the loose puck. Off the boards to McDonald at the point. McDonald. Getting fancy, passed across to Marlborough. He reaches for it, gets it in deep to Parlow. Parlow tries to cutting back. Hawks got a piece of it, but Marlborough gets it. Shot on net. Held there. The Devils get a penalty. Number 27, Harrison Marlborough. I don't know if it's 2 or 4 for head contact. 2 minutes for head contact. So we'll have 4-on-4 for a minute 4. Schleier steps in to take the face-off. He wins it back. Paquette picks it up behind the net, takes it, tries to get it to the far side. Hawks come up with it down the near half boards to the blue line. Played across. Back to the left side. Shot through traffic. That was deflected wide. Paquette picks up the loose puck. Lifts that to center. No high stick. Hawks clear that to center ice. Paquette turns and fires it in deep. Barth on it. Takes his man to the near corner. Schleier backing him up. Hawks with the puck deep in their own zone. Schleier pressuring. Hawks up the left side. Hinneman steers his man, and that'll go for icing. 18 seconds to go in the 4-on-4. Looks like Canada scored another and to make it 6-0. Marcinko in for the face-off. One back by the Hawks to the near corner. They'll pick it up and take it behind the net to the far side. Off the boards. Right off the back foot. Topner pressuring. Hawks dump it in. McEwen to Bray. Bray turns and fires. I'll say that was dumped at 4-on-4. The Devils go to the penalty kill. The face-off deep in their own end. Marcinko in for the face-off. One by the Hawks. They'll play that to the blue line. Shot blocked by Bray. Couldn't find it to get it out of the zone. Hawks dump it back into the far corner. McEwen on his man. Marcinko steps in to help. 38 seconds to go on the Devils penalty. Hawks tried to come up with it. McEwen with a good stick. Hawks do come up with it at the half boards. They'll take it to the far corner. McEwen gets a stick on it, turns and fires. Marcinko got a stick. He'll pick that puck up down the left side. Walks through traffic, lets a shot go off the blocker to the far corner. Marcinko to Freer with the shot. Another bad save by the Hawks goaltender. Hawks, they'll play it up to the blue line, up through center, in over the Devils zone to the far corner. 3 seconds to go on the penalty. Paquette with a good stick. Gets a hit. Clears it to the blue line. Yeah. And the Hawks going back to the penalty box for head contact. Pretty sure it was body contact, but it's like they gave him 4. So the Devils get a 4-minute power play. Hindeman on the face-off, wins that back. McDonald to Parlow in the far corner. Parlow trying to get some room, under pressure to the blue line. Marlborough keeps it in, fires it around the boards. In deep, Martin out front, chips at it. That bounced over the net to the near corner. Hawks get a piece of it. They'll turn, fire that down the ice. Milks out to set it up for Marlborough. Marlborough behind his net. We'll take it out the far side. Hawks give him the blue line. Marlborough turns and dumps it into the near corner. Hawks off the boards. McDonald keeps it in. He'll get it in deep behind the net to the far side. Centering pass. Parlow with the shot, held for the whistle. .6:12 to go in the third period. Marcinko in for the face-off. He wins that back to Paquette at the blue line. He'll play it into Topner. Topner takes it to the half boards, in deep to Barth. Back to Topner at the point. To Paquette. To Schleier. Schleier and Paquette changing spots. Schleier lifts it across to Topner on the far side. Back in deep to Barth. Centering pass. Marcinko shovels at it before he gets dumped. Hawks come up with it. They'll lift that through center ice and into the Devils' territory. Topner plays it behind the net to the near wing for Schleier. He'll pick it up and skate it down the right side. Schleier in over the blue line. Behind the net, out the far corner. Schleier to Topner. Back across to Schleier. Paquette in deep. Just tries to center it. And the goaltender gloves that for the whistle. 7-0 Canada. .2:14 to go in the penalty. Hindeman on the draw. Won that one clean. I don't think Smith was expecting it. Hawks fire that into the Devils' territory. Milks out to stop it. Just hops over a stick. McDonald to Hindeman. Hindeman, long lead pass for Bray to Hindeman and over the blue line. Hindeman has the stick tied up, gets the puck to the far corner, and he's going to the box for cross-checking. So 4-on-4 for 1:51. McDonald back in for the face-off. Wins that back to Marlborough. Lead pass off McDonald. That was tipped. Icing waved off. Smith battling in the near corner. McDonald steps in. Hawks pick it up behind the net. Hawks off the near wing. Passed out to the far blue line and over the Devils' zone. McDonald got away with that one. Smith gets a piece of it. Clears it up through center. Hawks deep in the Devils' territory. Stepped around it. McDonald gets back to intercept that shot. Hawks at the blue line. They'll dump it in the near corner. Hawks skating around the top end of the zone. Shot blocked by Paquette. Good stick. Gets that to McDonald. And they'll call that for a high stick. .59 seconds to go in the 4-on-4. 4 minutes to go in the period. McDonald in for the face-off. Hawks play back to the point. Shot into the glove of Milks for the whistle. McDonald on that back. Douglas sends it behind the net to the near side. Paquette lets that go for Parlow. Parlow gets to the blue line, but not out. Shot through traffic. Milks makes the save and holds on for the whistle. Martin steps in to take the face-off. Bouncing puck through the legs to the blue line. Shot missed just wide. Hawks pick it up in the far corner. Pass intercepted by Martin. He'll skate it up through center and in over the right side. Martin hits the brakes. Shot on target. It's deflected. I think that was intended for a pass to Freer. Hawks pick it up out the far side. Hawks to center ice in over the Devils' blue line. Lifted it off the glass to the near wing. Paquette lets it go to the corner for Martin. Martin picks it up with the half boards and he'll skate it down the right side. Martin through center, gets the blue line, but lost it right there. 5 seconds to go on the penalties. Hawks chip that up through center and over the Devils' blue line. Shot. Milks got a stick on that one. Cleared to the near wing. Centering pass. Hawks get the shot off. Milks holds on to it for the whistle. And we're back to 5-on-5. Schleier steps in to take the face-off. Hawks play that one to the blue line. Shot through traffic. Doesn't make it. Back to the point. Shot. Milks makes the save. Puck goes off the side of the net. Wraparound attempt. Milks shuts the door. And McEwen's just keeping guys out of his net. 2:35 to go in the third period. Schleier for the face-off. One back by the Hawks all the way into their own end. Barth pressuring. Passed across, picked off. Bray to Schleier. He'll get that to Barth in the far corner. Centering attempt by Barth comes to the near side. Hawks to the blue line. That hops over Topner's stick. McEwen backpedaling. Couldn't settle it down. Barth with a good back check. Gets a piece of it to the near corner. Barth and McEwen battling in the near side. Hawks to the half boards. McEwen plays it behind his net to the far side for Topner. Topner, lead pass just behind Schleier. That'll go to the near corner and icing with 1:57 to go in the third period. Schleier in for the face-off. One back by the Hawks to the far half boards. They'll play it into the corner. Behind the net, Marlborough's there to get it to Barth at the half boards. Outlet pass for Bray. He'll chip that to Schleier in over the blue line. Schleier back to Bray on his backhand shot. Bouncing puck. Goaltender kept it out. Hawks come up with it, and they'll send that down into the Devils' territory. Milks plays it behind his net to Hinneman. He'll play it back to Schleier. 1:30 to go. Schleier up the right side. In over the Hawks blue line. Takes it wide. Cuts out front. Shot. Wrap around, and he scores. Devils goal scored by number 18, Quinn Schleier. 1:21 to go in the third period. McDonald steps in to take the face-off. One by the Hawks. They'll kick that to Flyer or Devils blue line. Douglas misplayed. Hawks out front. Couldn't handle the pass. The puck goes harmlessly to the far corner. Hawks cross to the near wing. Shot off the side of the net. McDonald picks up the loose puck. He'll skate that up through the blue line. Pass intended for Parlow. McDonald picks up his own pass behind the net. Out front for Parlow or Martin. Shot off the pads. Picked off by the Hawks. They'll play that to center ice. Douglas send that back to the Hawks blue line. They'll play it down the far side through center in over the Devils blue line. Paquette keeps the puck on the outside. Shot out front. Harlow has that behind him. Wasn't sure where it is. Hawks to the near half boards. Up to the point. Misplayed. Martin pressuring. 30 seconds to go. Shot. Milks plays it for Douglas. Douglas behind his net. Lead pass up for McDonald. He'll tip that to the Hawks blue line. They'll send it back to center and dump it into the Devils territory. Harlow on the near side. 10 seconds to go in the third period. Harlow to the half boards. Hawks misplayed. Harlow. Oh. Bit of a late hit on Parlow. Raised a little tempers. Martin standing up for his teammate. Yeah, right. Maybe if the refs had called something all game, that probably wouldn't have happened. Well, Slovakia scored a goal to make it 7-1.